Ignorance is bliss. Begin, Ola. Okay, part 5. Forest light. Okay. Okay. There is an abandoned pioneer camp deep in the nearby forest, fenced with a barbed wire, rotten by time. It used to be the biggest camp in the area until a mind-bending thing had happened there, so the people fenced the camp with a couple lines of the wire and forgot about the camp forever. However, I found a camp leader's diary in our library. I wonder why was I the first one who found it? I shouldn't tell what is written in it, but I can't resist telling you. It's gonna make me insane if I don't. Hands off! But this one is so spooky. Then why don't you guys give Stjopa a hug? Ah, he is already getting it. Come to us, Stas. I can hug the both of you. Sure thing. I mean, no, I feel fine here. Lol. Suit yourself. The diary belonged to Oksana, the leader of the first troop. The record says everything was alright for the first half of the camp. Children were having a good time, falling in love and breaking apart. Oksana herself had fallen in love with the camp leader of the third squad, but the feelings weren't mutual. Oh. Half the diary is full of poems about her one-way love and sketches of the one she was into. But it changes in the second half. Ooh. Just listen. Oля takes out a book with a rabbit sticker and drone flowers on it. The 20th of July. The terrible heat continues. Anton asked me to take his squad to the lake before I take mine, and I couldn't refuse. Man, is he handsome when he smiles? My squad wasn't happy though, but I let them go off an hour past curfew. The 21st of July, we have a situation. Dasha Startsova, I think it's supposed to be Startsova? Okay, Dasha Startsova had been missing since the morning. Her stuff is in place, and Katya told me she saw Dasha last night going to the bathroom. We found Dasha. She fell into the old well behind the warehouse. To my surprise, she was safe and sound when we took her out. Lucky girl. On the other hand, she hasn't said a word ever since. I hope she'll be fine. She must rest in the infirmary. Iriada Pavlovna called Dasha's parents a lot, but no one answered. During the lineup, Anton lectured me on how to look for the children. I was about to burst into tears. Why is he being so rude to me? The 22nd of July, Petrovich and the guys from the 5th squad built a huge cover for the well. Now it's finally safe. Dasha is not speaking yet, just lying in her bed silent. Maria Potapovna spoon feeds her. Iraida Pavlovna lets no one out of the camp, including Anton, whose grandfather passed away yesterday. Okay, that's somehow connected. The 23rd of July, we are going to see Dasha today. We made a wonderful bouquet for her and a card with our best wishes written on it. Something is wrong with Anton. He had a quarrel with the principal this morning. The rest of it was written with a different hand. All of a sudden, I felt like I was out of my body, watching myself from a different viewpoint. I hear a blunt slam after he pushed me right into the well. It doesn't hurt, though. But I feel sad. A green bright spot in the sky reflects in the puddle of the bottom, and I see it coming. A shooting star, I think. I should make a wish. The spot shines ever brighter. The green sparkle is closing in on me with the speed of sound. It stings me and casts me back into my body. Now it's the two of us in the body, me and the star. The pain is back and my neighbor doesn't like it. The little green sparkle starts beating the way my heart does. It is growing inside my body, filling every single cell as if it was an empty vase. The vase is all cracked, however. The green light is getting loose through it. The star bangs in anger and the rifts on my body fade away like snow under the sunshine. What the hell? I feel good, so I curl into a ball right in the humid stinky hole. Too bad I can't see my companion. I can only feel it burning in my chest. The star wants me to get out of the pit, but I don't care. The only thing I want is oblivion. The star is not going to give in. It's thrashing around inside and I pity it. It warned me at first, but just a moment ago, it moved up to my shoulder, out of the sunken part of my body. Poor thing, how unlucky it got. I can't stand. I see a small shard of sky above me. Now it's being blocked by some figure. And now it's not. This flickering annoys me, so I close my eyes. I feel someone taking me up, awakening all memories I'm hiding from. All this happened to someone but me, while I was just being a spectator. The show is about to end and now it's a fireball instead of the tiny star growing bigger inside me. It is not a friendly companion any longer, but a gruesome warden watching over me. He forces me to eat, causing pain in the stomach. He forces me to go to the bathroom, stinking my feet. The rest of the time it lets me rest obliviously. The fireball is not growing bigger anymore. Now it is training my body to follow its commands instead, and I do as it commands willingly, otherwise the fire will burn me out. All I need right now is a little bit of rest. Right now the fire bends down my neck. A nurse comes in. She drops her tray with plates on it, so porridge and blueberries scatter all over the floor. The fire flashes up as I see a beam of green light striking Maria Potapovna. The nurse comes out while the beam is tracing her. I look at the flies gathered around the porridge as long as my companion is playing with his new toy. The entire council enters my ward. Ward? Okay, never mind. The camp leader, along with the girl from my squad, carefully go around the mess, whispering. I see both Oksana's pitiful face and the fear seizing the others. They look at me as if I am an exponent of Kunstkamera. Their words are full of false sympathy. Their presence disgusts me. The keen rays of green pierce into their heads, swift and silent. Then they go out of the room, kicking the shattered plates and trampling the blueberries. The flies are back again for the feast. Dong! One of the rays scatter around with a melodic jingle. Right away, the peacefully dreaming fireball is woken up. He throws me off the bed. I go out of the infirmary, unable to resist its pressure. But I don't want to. Dozens and hundreds of rays are following me along the way, right to the targets only they can know as I follow the way my star shows me. We slowly make our way around the camp, while the green rays fill the air with their shine. Ding, 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 dong. All of a sudden, the rays are breaking apart, which is so spectacular and beautiful that as I stop to look at it, the fire is of no interest to me anymore. I look at the world around me, illuminated by the emerald light. Alas, their number is running out. It's about a dozen of them now. The fire grows wilder. I burn out and am reborn from the ashes, only to burn out again. I'm the phoenix. My clothes have already turned into dust. My walk leaves only smoking footprints and charred grass behind. I come to the gates and I see him. He lies scratching the ground, trying to escape the camp. The beam that connects us is barely pulsing, about to scatter. I come closer and wait. Now it's finally gone, leaving nothing but green sparkles on the floor as he freezes. The flame pushes me ahead, but I am not in a hurry to leave. Why me? What have I done to you? What did I do wrong? I asked the dead body, but it is not about to answer. The pressure is getting unbearable, so I leave. I try crying, but the tears are fading as fast as they leave my eyes, whispering its goodbye tune. The last beam shattered. I stop in the middle of the alley, leading to the square. I want to lie down, but the firestorm keeps pushing me ahead. I'm really confused. What the hell is the story? We approach the pioneer, a hornblower statue. Then to the peddler girl. Finally, the gigantic monument of Lenin gets my attention. Okay, of course, pioneers and Lenin make sense. I stretch my hand to it as the fiery gush of light is absorbed by the statue. What the hell is that sentence? I follow the path of the woods out of the camp, leaving only dead people and the glowing monument of the chief behind. The only things I kept are this diary and the little star deep down in my heart. That's it. Boring. Yeah, that was a bit like weird. Like, it wasn't scary, and like the way she described it, it was like so poetical, I'd say. Like, it's something you would read in a book, not a scary story that kids supposed to tell each other to scare. Oh well. Hola, how did you manage to read in the darkness? Throws the diary at Stas. Goes through the pages. It's empty! Lisa puts her hand on Stjopa's waist. She does not waste time. Sasha puts a rolled bedsheet under Nastya's head. Asleep already? Well, she's a kid, so... Yep. If only your stories were more interesting, you would make a fine writer. But your tales kill us with boredom. Yeah, Finally, it's time for a real scary story. Not one of your knockoffs. Prepare to tremble with fear. For now, you will hear about the Red Eyes. Part 6. Red Eyes. There was a trio in the camp. They never split up. Their leader's name was Max, but everyone called him the Beast. There was a reason for that. If you accidentally bump him in the shoulder during a walk, he will tear you apart like a pit bull. Look at him the wrong way, and you are as good as dead. Even his friends used to get it. Fortunately, they were strong enough to settle him down. They were tough guys too, used to keep the entire camp at bay, but no one would report them cause the Beast could take care of it. No one would say a word against them, and the trio was having fun. In short, the guys were on the road to success, but they failed. Because of whom? Because of a girl, of course. There was a lass in the camp whose name was, Vera. Whose name was Lena. Once upon a time, Max had seen this Lena girl doing exercises. What do you think? She was a gymnast, not some bookworm. And so the Beast was lost. He couldn't get her out of his head. Even food wasn't an option. He asked her on a date that evening. And she said... And she was like... I would love to, but there is a problem. What problem? Your friends never leave me alone. Make them. The beast accepted the deal and left. Okay. He didn't even notice her eyes blazing with crimson fire, following her. Wait, following him! Sorry. All the night he was rolling in the bed, sleepless, and the next morning he had to talk with his friends. Are you okay? They said. We've never met this Lena before. Max chilled out and went back to Lena in the evening. You were wrong, he said. My friends have nothing to do with you. Lena was, don't you trust me? They came this morning, threatening to beat me down if I meet with you again. It's up to you who to be with. The beast left with pain in his heart, unnoticing the red fire burning in Lena's eyes. The next morning he set off to his friends. Dang it! Beast, they said, we were with you all the day. Have you seen us threatening someone? Who do you trust more, us or a stranger? But the beast was blinded by love, and so he promised that he would kill everyone who touched her. In the evening, he came back to the place and saw Lena. Look, Max. Look what your friends did to me. She untied her shirt, and he saw red bruises on Lena's pale skin. Frenzy filled his mind. I'll take care of them, he shouted. Wait! Lena caught his hand. You have already broken your promise. This time, I need proof. Bring me their hearts! Wow, that gun. So dark. And she put a blade into his hand. Ooh, wow. The beast was about to throw it away, but she leaned on him and kissed him. I'm waiting until the midnight. Now go! And Max was off, with Lena's eyes following him, shining brighter than the Kremlin star in twilight. The beast waited until everyone was asleep. He snuck into the cabin and stabbed his friend in the chest. He came to the second one and stabbed him as well. Wow, that reminds me of freaking Attack on Titans. Like, look at him, looks like a titan. That's how his friends died. Max cut their hearts out of their chests, wrapped them with a shirt and went back to Lena. Did you bring it? Lena impatiently asked Max as she saw him closing in. He handed the hearts over to Lena and she took them. She turned away for a second, and when she turned back, the hearts were gone. Only a blood drop on Lena's lip remained. Max was going to hug Lena, but she pushed him back. What's wrong? The beast exclaimed. I have done as you asked. Do you really think? The girl arrogantly said. I'm gonna go out with the murderer of his friends? But you've been beaten. Haha, I faked it. I was testing how good of a friend you are. Now beat it. These words turned the beast back to reality. He knocked Lena down and stabbed her with the blade. Again and again. But the blade didn't work against her. Only then did the beast see the shiny crimson eyes of his girlfriend. That scared the crap out of him. He backed away, but Lena took his and said, Where do you think you're going? Come to me, hug me harder. She said while disappearing into the ground. Max tried to set himself free, but he couldn't. And Lena was already halfway underground. She was about to take him along with her. Max gathered his strength, took the blade and cut his hand off to break free from Lena, who disappeared underground with his hand. Max stopped the bleeding with a handkerchief and headed to turn himself in. Did he do the time? Wait, what? Did he do the time? Nah, he was gone from his cell the next day. Only a letter, written with blood, he left. It said, "The red eyes." Cool story, Vera. Huh, big time. Tell us something, Stjopa. Me, like, I can't. Why did you even come? To make a company? It's okay, you're not supposed to be a storyteller after all. You must be really strong instead, aren't you? I am, yeah! Fine, I'll tell one. The one? I think so.